Hello, I'm Cheese Slice, and I'm back to work on my raft again. Last time, I believe I came close to finishing off the lower decks, or finishing enough to where I don't need to focus on them anymore. I'm sure I'm going to find some little small things to do here and there, but at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and work on the main deck. Real quick, let me go ahead and switch. There we go. I'm going to make sure I've got the right stuff loaded up. So I'm going to do a quick run through and see what I've done so far. And make sure there's nothing I want to finish up here on the lower decks. I'm pretty sure they're done. Like, I've got the doors done, so the engine room, and then this is going to be like a I don't know what you would call this, but it's like it's definitely going to be feel like the lower decks of a ship, where it's going to have all the pipes and everything that's running. I don't know. This is going to be a very industrialized, utilitarian space here. But it does feel like I have finished the engine room and everything else. So, barring me finding like some things that I need to fix that are just seem wrong or out of place, I think I'm done. Like this little nub right here, I hate this. I mean, I might fix that, but outside of that, I think it's time for me to just start working on the upper deck, because that's really what is going to be the interesting thing about this entire build, I think. The lower decks are very important, though. You got to. I know I put like many hours into doing this, but it's very important to do that, to make sure that they give you the foundation that you need when you're building upwards. Otherwise, you're just kind of trying to fit things in here and there, and you're building stuff on top of it, on other stuff, and then you're like, well, this isn't going to work the way I thought, and you're going to be putting ladders in weird places, and you kind of want stuff to have a good flow. Now, speaking of ladders in weird places, this ladder here goes all the way down to the engine room, which I don't believe is going to be necessary in the long run, because you don't need to get to the engine room. You need to get to the helm, because you want to be able to, now that we have this control that does the anchor and the engines and everything, this is the only place we need to get to, so I can probably close off. Oh, I missed the ladder. Man, this is really laggy right now. It does. What I found is, like, when I start the streams, the game will be really laggy, but then it'll pick up. So what I think I'm going to do is end up closing this off and just having this ladder come up to this level here, so you can go from the engine room to this area where the pipes are going to be. Because I'm not going to do it just yet, but I think I will eventually, because I don't like the idea of you coming up the staircase to this level and then bam, stairs right in your way. It just kind of gives a bad feeling for the flow. This ladder might stay. I haven't decided yet on this one, because it's kind of in the way on the lower deck, but on the deck below. But up here, it kind of makes sense. You want to be able to get down to the helm pretty easily. In fact, I might even move it somewhere else near the front. Okay, so one thing I do know is I'm going to start building walls here. Now, I do think I'm going to want to expand outwards some more than it already is, but as far as it goes on this level, I think I'm just going to start with just putting walls around the entire thing. And then we'll move on from there. This isn't necessarily going to be permanent, but at least it'll kind of give me a feeling for how the space is going to be enclosed. So some of these are going to probably be too high, well, not too high, but two spaces high. So like the double walls. I just don't know yet. And the only thing I know for sure that I'm going to put on this level are the farms. So I'm going to go ahead and work on those and get those out of the way and figure out where they're going to be. And after I do the farms, then I'm going to start working on steps to go up to the next level. And I do believe that I want the farms to have open air, to be exposed to the sky, so that they can get rain. Now, being that we're in creative mode right now, rain isn't necessarily a factor. But in the future, like if I did port this into a real game, which I probably will, then the rain will be able to get to different parts of the boat. As far as it goes for porting this to the a real game, I'm probably not going to include the stuff in the raft. I'm probably just going to make it like I'll keep the build, but then take out like any of the resources and stuff. I'll probably leave all the piping because I won't want to have to go and redo all that. But as far as like having all the chests and things, you would start over a brand new game and you import the raft into it. There's a way to do it on the PC. And so it would basically just be a pre-built raft for a new game. And it does kind of seem like cheating, and I guess it kind of is. But I've already beaten this game, at least the first two phases of it. I just haven't beaten the third part yet. So it would just kind of get me up to speed with that last area. Or I can blow through the first two parts of the game pretty quickly and then focus on the last area. Alright, so here we are. Now I know we're going to have, this is going to lead to water. It doesn't actually have to be in this spot exactly. I could actually move the water over wherever I need to be, but that seems to be a good placeholder. So we have to consider, at this point I got to build a lot of grass plats, and I have to consider where the pipes are going to go for the what do you call it, the sprinklers. I'm going to need more pipes. I'm also going to need to have a biofuel station up here and a battery, because I'm going to have to be able to swap out charged batteries in the sprinkler system. So I might need another water tank. I'll hold off on that for now. An electric smelter. I haven't done that. There's also this wind turbine. This is a battery charger. And it's huge. I mean, I don't know if this would be a good place to put it on this deck or not. But look at this thing. I'm not even sure which way it's facing because I can't see it. Alright. And it charges 4 batteries, so that's kind of nice. But it does have a huge, huge footprint. It takes up so much space. Oh, that's backwards. Let's remove it. Place it again. I'm just going to get this out of my inventory for now. Alright, I think I want it this way. Okay, no, it's still wrong. I wish you could rotate on 45-degree angles, so I could have this perfectly squared. Oh, I wish I could put this over top of this little nub. That'd be nice. I don't think I can. I could put it right up to it, though. Wait a minute. Why is it... Does that spin with the direction of the wind? I think it does. Okay, I guess I can't control the direction that spins. I wanted to have that facing the front of the boat here, but every time I place it, it seems to be going the same direction. Anyway, that thing will charge batteries. I don't know if I'm going to leave it there. I mean, if I did keep it on this deck, that's a good place for it. And it does charge 4 batteries, which is going to be useful for having all the sprinklers. Alright, so how big is this area going to be? This doesn't look like a very big space for animals. Where are you, sprinklers? Are you here? I thought they'd be here. But I don't see them. Are they here? Water purifiers. There's the grills. There they are. Sprinklers. Oops. Did not need a second. I did not need a second smelter. 4 of those. Okay, so let me just plop one of these down right here. So a sprinkler, I believe it has on the side of it, it has like a little diagram and it tells you how much space it does. Now I think I can't read it because I have the graphics turned down. When I'm streaming, I'm trying to get this game to perform better while I'm streaming. It doesn't have that problem when I'm not streaming. But let's see if I can get the overall quality, texture quality. Let's get that up to at least fast. That might help. If it doesn't crash the game. Okay, that's a little better. Now you can sort of read it. So this is a diagram right here. This little spot right here is where the sprinkler is, and it shows you the number of spaces that the sprinkler will service. So it does 6, 7, 8 spaces. So this space here, the space on the side of it, and then the 6 in front of it. So when you're setting up your sprinkler system, you have to consider that kind of thing. Now, the ugly thing about this is running the pipes, and as you can see, having it come right up out of the floor. Ideally, I would have it come out of the floor everywhere I have a sprinkler. I don't think that's going to work because I need the water to get all the way over here. So we got to figure out exactly how much space needs to be covered and how many sprinklers I'm going to need on each side. I think I'm going to need about 6. I might need 8. 8 total sprinklers. All right, I'm going to go back to the fastest setting for the textures. Unfortunately, this computer just it does fine by itself, but when I'm streaming and trying to play at the same time, it can struggle. So you can see that graphic on the side just got way blurrier, and it was already blurry before. We'll go with 10 of these things. Alright, so I can't put these in the corners here, which is kind of a bummer. But let's just start with this area here and just find out how much I actually might need. I want to get a good feeling for how big this space is. So one thing, you can place the pipes on top of this grass that's going to grow. So you could put a sprinkler right in that, smack dab in the middle. So that was, I already built 10. So we're going to work on 10 more. This is a lot of dirt. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. Looks like there's about 27 spots here. And it's actually 28, but I got the sprinkler there, and I'm going to have to pull up a couple of these for the other sprinklers to go. And okay, so that's actually a decent amount of space for animals. Now, you do have to be careful about putting stuff on the edges to let the animals jump up on, but considering I'm shoving it in a corner, it's going to be a decent amount of space. So that sprinkler right there is going to mark out to here. So those two spaces I just pulled up coming to here will be watered, which means I need a sprinkler to really focus on this corner first. 1, 2, 3. This spot here might have to be not grassed out because it's just, I might have to have an extra sprinkler just for that spot. Or ideally I could get a sprinkler here, because I think I can put a or maybe, yeah, if I get a sprinkler here, I could have it do these 6 spaces, and if I just cut that piece out, just forget about it, or just leave it there and let it only get watered when the rain comes. That might be an idea. Oh, I can put that on top. So I believe I can put the pipes behind it. Like if I know I can put the pipes on top of the grass. So if I take this out. I think I can do that, and then I can put the wall back. Yes, okay, so that is a doable thing. So that would basically cover these 7 spots. This is not a good spot for the sprinkler because it doesn't do the corner, so I'd have to move something over to the side. And that's going to be a little awkward because now I'm going to have to probably... I would want the water pipe to come up right here and feed into the behind of this thing. And what's underneath here? Probably nothing good. Yeah, so I don't want the pipes coming through here. It's, I mean, I can do it if I have to, but it's not an ideal situation. But it can happen. I mean, this doesn't have to be a pretty area. Where did okay, I think I want this that way. So, ideally, having a sprinkler here would be good. I could just run the pipe over here, or have it pop up through the floor here and just come over too. Again, let's see what it looks like underneath. Oh, well, that's still not ideal. Oh yeah, that's not a good spot for that. So forget that idea. That's not happening. Because right now it's going to be kind of a tight space to walk through here if this is the corner. So the other thing I could do is have a sprinkler here pointing that way, which actually would be a bit of a cleaner solution. So we'll do that. You might need this to go over one more. Which... that's in front of the door, isn't it? Almost. I mean, yeah, I could put it over one more, but we'll see. It's not so bad coming up here and then wrapping around. So we'll go ahead and put the sprinkler down, face it this way. And we'll put these plots back. So I don't know if there's any value in keeping the grass underneath the sprinkler. I mean, it will water it, but I don't know if it can be used by the animals, so I typically don't put the grass underneath the sprinklers. use. But maybe I should. I don't know. I should probably look that up. Okay, so this is going to be 3 for sure, because I have another space of 8 here. So what will happen is I'll run the pipes like this. This isn't too bad. And it's actually one nice thing is that it's a straight shot. And you can hear, if you can hear that sound, the sprinklers are already filling up. Now they won't work because I don't have batteries in them, but they will fill up with water. You can hear the water pumps from the bottom already pumping the water up. And it should happen pretty fast because there's 6 of them. Or, is there 6 or 4? I think it's just 4. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I think we put one more right here. I have to put the last one right here. And again, I'm going to have to take out the wall to get the pipe in there. But that's actually not a bad usage of pipes. The only thing is, it would be a little tiny bit cleaner. It'd be a little tiny bit cleaner if I move the pipe over one underneath. So the question is, do I go and redesign the underneath section just so I can have the pipe come up in this spot? Or do I just leave it as is? And I mean, really, it's just one coming over one spot. I mean, it's probably something I would live with. Now, this piece of grass here is not getting watered, and this piece of grass here is not getting watered. But if I leave them there, I can always water them by hand if I feel like it, or just let the rain do it on its own. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and leave them there. I'll put grass under that one, but I will take it out from under this one. So the 2 in the back won't have grass under them, but the one in the middle will. Alright, so that'll be like one little animal pen. It does feel a little bit small. And you do need to put up a wall around this so that animals don't fall down in that hole. I could also build it out a little further. But again, I mean, I got to think about how far I move it, because right now this is a pretty optimal setup for the watering. And it might make sense, as much as I want to extend it this way, it might make sense to extend it this way because the pipes are here. And so I don't know, but I'm going to have 2 of these, so I'm going to repeat this on the other side. Let's go ahead and put up the fence. Now, I'm not going to use the railing, but I'm just going to go ahead and use. Do I want the plank fence or the rope fence? Let's go with the plank fence. So we'll just do that for now. I think I have to put the rope over that. Oh, how did that? It's gonna have to be the rope. And somewhere along here, I don't know where yet, but there'll be a door. So so we'll bring up animals this way, and then we'll turn right. So the door needs to be on this side. And also getting in there. Yeah, so it makes sense to have the door like right here. Because we're going to have to jump in there to change out the batteries every so often. Go ahead. So we have to do, unfortunately, because of the pipe, I have to do this. And we're going to That would be so much cleaner if I just had the pipe right here. But also consider I might extend this part out by 9 more spaces, so this is subject to change, and it might make sense to have like a door straight ahead here. So just depends on how big you feel like you need your holding pin. And like I said, there's going to be 2 of them, so like you might put chickens in one and goats in another, and maybe goats and llamas together. I don't know. There's a lot of different options. Okay, so there's one pin, and that is fully functional, minus the batteries. Let's go ahead and make some. Put them in there. I'm going to cheat and use the nice batteries. Cheat as in using advanced stuff that I wouldn't have early in the game. Here I'm already working. There's the third one. There it is. Do I have it? I thought I had a canteen. Maybe not. Alright, so that's all going to start growing soon. Alright, so that's a pretty good space. The pipe worked out pretty well. I only had to basically do one solid line. The only thing I would consider moving or changing is maybe putting this water pipe over one more underneath, and let's just go see what that would look like. Oh, I missed this step. Yeah, that ladder's not going to be very useful. Not for coming under this level. Okay, so this is where it's at. I'd have to put it into this space right here, which means it would go right here. I would have to move this whole door section out to here, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, to tell you the truth. It would make this room feel a little bit more open, I guess. I liked having this kind of feel like it was a curve here, and then a door there, but this is kind of pointless. I could definitely move this over. I could move this whole wall right here, and then put that there. So yeah, that pipe has got to stay where it's at. It's not moving. But the water pipe, since it's already got to go over anyway, wouldn't be a big deal. But that's something I could change in the future, and I'm not really interested in messing with this right now. Just depends on how I feel about the flow of this. How much do I need this space to be free? If I'm using this anyway and getting around that just fine, who cares, right? Okay. So we're going to recreate that on the other side. What was it? 26, I think. I have one. Let's just make 26 plots of grass. So I think I need 25. I'll start with 20. Pretty sure I need 25. We're just not going to do those 2 in the corner. Okay, so we are going to do it on the right here. So you see, this is the other thing that I'm going to need up here is one of these. So based on the design I did on the other side, that's not going to be able to stay where it's at. So we're going to have to figure out another way to do that. But I decided it's going going to go into this spot that it's here and then go across, right? So this one doesn't need one. It's going to need it. Did I make one too many? I might have made one too many. Oh no. I might have not made. No, I need 2 more. So it is 26. This should be it. So I need 2 more sprinklers. Because I made 4 before. Alright, now this is going to go down this row. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. I think, what was the other one going to do? Okay, so those 2 are going the same way. Goes there, and that'll take that spot. Oh, it's getting dark. Lamp. I keep forgetting about those lamps. They're so good. I just forget that it gets dark. Alright, I think this is a pipe I can take. That too. And need some pipes. I feel like the pipes should be under this other, in this resources section. They've got them under other. I guess other makes sense too. Alright, I need 2 more pipes. This actually works out pretty well. I mean, this is a pretty clean design for this space. To only have like 1 row of pipes coming through to feeding all 3 of these, that's I'm pretty happy with that. Some dolphins. There we go. So I might make this a slight. Well, I don't want to make it all covered. This space I don't want covered at all because I want the rain to rain on it. So it's the batteries that charge the water pumps down at the bottom, which fill these things with water, but it's the batteries up here that make the sprinklers actually sprinkle the water onto the grass that needs to be watered. Oh, I think I missed that spot too. Yeah, so there's actually 3 spots that don't get watered. Is that correct? Yeah. So the rain will water those, but the rest, I mean, that should be enough to feed animals. That's a decent amount of space because you don't need a whole lot of animals, but I mean you can get a huge farm if you want to, but this is going to be a little bit more practical. You could always build, you know, if we're going to build up, you could always build another farm up higher if you want to. Make something specifically for chickens or something. Or redesign any of this area to be more farms, but also I do feel like if I'm going to expand, which I very well could, I'll expand in this direction here, over here, because it'll be off of the pipe. All right, so this is coming together pretty well. I've got 2 farm-ish areas. Let's go ahead and put this here. This, and I decided it's kind of weird that I want the gate here. I might put a gate on the other side as well. But the reason I put a gate on this side is because this is where the animals are going to come up right through this middle section here, and then you come up the middle, and then you just walk this way, and then take a left right to the pen. There we go. That's how we do this. We need one more right here. We gotta flip it around for some reason. All right. Now we have an animal pin. Let's take a look at this from the sky. I do feel like they're kind of small, but they're very serviceable. They're definitely gonna provide what's needed. I mean, you definitely do more than that, but this is a good amount for a starter raft. But as I was saying, if I expand, I will expand in this direction. And I'll also expand in this direction. So, honey production. We need to have a honey hut. Flowers are going to go underneath here. So what we're going to do is go down one deck. Like, ideally this would work, but... oh, I made it. Good. I'm going to go ahead and paint where I'm planning on putting flowers, just so I know what it's going to look like on the top. Let's paint it yellow. And in fact, kind of a green, isn't it? It's like a very pale greenish yellow. This is going to tell me where the flowers are going to be underneath, so when I place the honey producers on top, I know I'll be right above them. Now, I could even do them like 2 back, like I could go 2 rows in. Let's go ahead and save we're putting them on the corners too. Gonna have a lot of bees. Bees on the raft. But keep in mind, I mean, not all this is necessarily flowers, because I might have to run some pipes through that area as well. But it'll give me a good idea for now where those flowers are going to be. Now, unless they change this, maybe this won't work anymore. They very well could have made some changes to the game that I don't know about yet. But this definitely used to work. You could put the flowers underneath some wood, and then put the honey on top of it, and then it would service the beehives. Okay, we're going to put this back up here somewhere, just out of the way for now. All right, so that's where the flowers are going to be. So if I put the honey hives kind of right in the middle of all this, they should be able to get enough to do what needs to be done. So, you need a lot of honey to make your fuel. And also, we're going to need storage up here too. So after I put, I don't know, I think about 6 to 8 different honey or beehives. If I can find them there. We'll go with 8. I used to know the optimal amount of hives you could get per flower bed, because I think you have to have so many flower beds within reach of a hive. I mean, I could probably put them all on one side and it'd be fine, but we'll do this for now. We'll figure that out later. So that's how your hives would work. Let me put... I think... Can I just run down here? Yes, okay. And then we'll just make a whole bunch of these. Now, I could use the advanced ones, but they stand up too tall. So they won't actually fit in here, like this, because they stand up. The other ones sit flat on the ground. So I can't use these up here like this, but what I could do is place walls. I could place walls like right here, right there. And then I can attach them to the walls near the base. So then I could actually use these advanced ones, if that's what I wanted to do. And then you can plant flowers there. But I'm just going to use the regular ones instead of doing that, because I don't like this design. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with the pipes, and I don't want to go about putting in a whole bunch of walls at the moment. But it might make sense to put the walls up once the flowers are in. So let's get rid of these. Let's just go with 10 of these. 10 of these for now. And what we're gonna do, I want to put these in. Oh, I didn't know you could attach those to the posts. It looks stupid, but you could do it. Huh. Well, that's not what I'm gonna do. But we're gonna just put them in sideways. There. So, oh yeah, I'm going to need to do more than that. What I would do normally, I would probably have about 10 on each side. I'm just doing this to be quick and dirty. And I would make sure I had these very evenly spaced. So instead I'm going to have about 5 on each side. But I would normally do like 10 on each side, I think. That would make a lot more sense. Just to make sure my flower production was covered. Covering those beehives. And I'm actually kind of a perfectionist, so I would probably knock out the floor above and then place all these from above, and then put the ceiling back in place to make sure that they were all evenly spaced underneath here. This should be enough to, I don't quite remember exactly how many flowers you need for a hive. I think it's 6 flowers. This should cover it though. I've got 4 on each side, and then 4 hives on each side. And I think the flowers can double dip for different hives, I think. So put 3 of each color on each side. Put the black ones here. I think some of these seeds will actually, some of these flowers will actually go through the plank above. It is funny, like you'd think that these need to have exposure to the sky, but they don't. Do I have... I thought I built a canteen. Maybe I threw it away. I thought I did. Okay, but it's empty, so I gotta go fill it with water. And one thing I don't like about these water tanks is I wish the pipes came into the back instead of the front. That's just one thing I don't like about the design. Oh, you're not going to let me put that there? You jerk. Let me put it there, though. That would be perfect, actually, right there. Okay, well, since we might change this later. For now, I don't want to put it over there because it'll block. We'll put it right here. But yeah, see, these pipes are coming into what looks like the front of the tank. I wish they would come into the back of the tank. It would make more sense. Because then you can read the signage. The same thing with the battery. I wish they would have the pipe coming on the backside. See, the thing's already filled. That's what all those pumps will do for you with one of these things. Look at it go. Alright, anyway. Don't need to watch it fill with water. Okay, we're gonna water those. And since these flowers will never get picked, you really only have to water them once. And the birds shouldn't be able to get to these, especially once more stuff gets built on top of this. At least those are the old rules. I'm not sure if the old rules still apply, but this is a pretty good way of making this work. See, now we got the bees are buzzing, making some honey. So it does still work, and this is a really good thing to do. And what we would do here is like build like a honey hut over top of this. Now, I need to consider, where am I going to build more staircases? I don't know why those haven't. Maybe I didn't get these watered properly. I might have run out of water. Oh man, it's slowing down so much because of the bees. I may not have gotten those water. I might have run out. I didn't notice. I might have to take out the honey. Oof. No? These all look like they got watered. My game slowed down a ton with those bees. It's like insta-grow down here. Alright, well, I might have to take out the beehives. This computer is running a 960 graphics card, so it's impressive that it's even running the game and streaming at the same time. So I don't know why these haven't produced honey yet. They should. If these are producing honey, those should produce honey. Maybe it is has to do with the number of I might need more flowers underneath, but that's something that's easily correctable. And so what I could start doing is build like a honey hut over top of these, make it look kind of neat. Now, I could do a thing where I have like a separate door for each one of these, or I could just make one door to come in here and then you run on top of them and pick up all the honey, and then you jump out and store it or do whatever it is you're going to do with it. Okay, so now let's think about the flow. You're going to come up this way. There's going to be a honey hut right here. To the left or to the right, you got your animal farms. So I need to have a battery somewhere up in here. But more importantly, I want to be able to get up to the kitchen really fast. So I'm going to need a staircase. So this probably needs to be another staircase right here. And it'll just have it go right over the honey hut. And also, I'm going to need to have biofuel in here somewhere, so that's something I got to think about. In fact, biofuel underneath there would be a good idea. So let's take a look at this sucker here. This has got a pretty big footprint. Will I be able to shove this under a staircase and have it make sense? Actually, putting it right there, I can have the fuel right there. But if I have a staircase above it, I got to make sure I have the clearance for it as well. And this is definitely going to come out. Okay, you know what? I might have the pipes on the ground for this, because if I want to get decent access to this thing, I don't know if I want to have a hole right in front of it, because there is going to be a staircase above it. And then we're going to need farms to get a lot of food too, to shove stuff in here. Like food farms, not just animal farms. So, I think I don't want the hole to be there. Even though it could be there. I don't want the hole to be off center. Let's go ahead. Oops. We're taking this out. So I might want to put a ladder that goes between these two spaces. So when you're trying to get up, I don't know, I'll have to fix that out. Fix that later. that's going to be an awkward ladder. So we don't want to start this new staircase right away. Also keep in mind I can double this as a staircase as well. So like you could come up here to get to the whatever's in the front, but you can turn around and go up this way to get up to the back. So if I make this, that's not a bad idea. But this is going to move, it's not going to stay there. Okay, so you run up this way, carry animals into the pen that's going this way, or that way. Maybe if I replace this as another staircase or ramp to get up to the next level, then I should consider maybe making ramps here be two separate ramps. One going this way and one going this way. Let's just try making another, basically duplicating what we have there. Let's see how far I could push it and still have the clearance that I want. Now, that's only 2 spaces away. I think if I go any closer, I won't be able to get underneath here. Unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm not liking this. This is going to be a little too cramped. This definitely has like a 2 space. This would need to be 2 as well. Okay, I'm not liking this. I'd have to push this back to here to make this work the way I want it to, and that's going to be way too close, especially when you're trying to bring up animals and stuff. It's not that big of a disaster though, because I've got this as a ramp to go up as well. So it might make sense to make these 2 separate staircases going up to different areas. Because right now all of the ramps are going up towards the back here, or don't really have anything going up towards the front. So that's what it would be to get me the clearance I need to get to the biofuel machine. It would work. I mean, this definitely would work. It's not ideal. That gives me the clearance I need to get over this. And I could probably have the pipe come up here. I would like to push it back further, but I'd have to move the honey production. So let's just try it out. I'm having second thoughts. I'm having second thoughts. I'm just going to go with it for right now and see how it goes. Alright, so now the biofuel is connected to the fuel system. I believe that's probably most of the fuel system's connected now. I do probably want to make a staircase down to get to this area. That's not connected. This side is connected. So somehow I would need to connect those pipes. So just go one over. I have to go around the honey. So that actually connects all the pipes in the honey. So the pipes are all connected. Actually, all the water pipes are connected as well. So this goes to the one set of sprinklers, this goes to the other sprinklers. That goes down to the engine room. I don't know how I did that. Fall down that hole. Oh, did I fall down this hole? I did. Block that off. I don't like falling down that hole. Okay, so yeah, I think all of the water's connected going down and getting up to the main deck. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put that extra water pipe. And I do think if I do end up putting a bunch of storage chests down here, which would actually sort of make sense maybe for the honey, but if I put something down here, I'm going to probably want another ramp coming down to this area. Alright, so this will take us up. Now, so this is going to be like an enclosed space, I believe. I'm definitely going to have a door on this side to get to this. I probably want to have it on the other side. It's going to be kind of awkward because I'm thinking about putting a door right here, which will be right to the back of this thing. That's not exactly ideal. Filling it with potatoes. So I guess you just have to manually cram a bunch of potatoes and stuff in here. much does it fill up? I'm guessing it goes pretty high. I like how they made this door look like a mouth, like a domo. So yeah, it takes a lot of potatoes. Probably like, I'm gonna guess like 50. That will last a long time. Oh, all the honey did work. So you could do this, you could put some chests in here and store some honey and other stuff that goes in here. The nice thing is you don't need the biofuel separately. Like before, if you use this method with the fuel tank and the biofuel, you'd have to have a bunch of these set out, and then you put the honey and the potatoes in those, and then it poops out a canister, and then you got to manually take that canister and put it inside this fuel tank. But this device takes out that middleman step, and it just does it all for you, so it converts it instantly into fuel that'll go and power your stuff. That's pretty nice. So I don't really like this. It's going to be very cramped. And also I need to have at least 2 battery stations. I mean, I could probably get by with just one, but 2 battery charging stations at least. If I don't keep this thing here, which I wasn't planning on doing, because I wanted this to be covered. But maybe not. I mean that gives me 4 battery chargers. And that's definitely enough for these sprinklers. But this is kind of awkward. So I would want to put a door here. Those bees are killing my frame rate. I might have to take that. I really should take the hives out. So I'm thinking I would put a door here, but you could see the biofuel thing is already in the way. So I can't put put a door on that side because I need to be able to get through here. It does sort of make sense on this side. That's going to make for a really cramped space. Now, I could not put a door here. I could put the door here. This would make it a little bit more workable. But it's not ideal. But it's how it would work with this space. I mean, I could also put the door here and push the honey over a little bit. I could also put the door right here on the edge, which wouldn't really be that good an idea, but it would work. Alright, let's go ahead and this might all come out. I'm not really liking this idea. I don't like the way it's using the space. It's going to feel way too cramped. Yeah. But who knows? I mean, I might be able to make it work. I mean, I know I'll be able to make it work, but will I like it the way it works? I do feel like having 2 separate staircases might be the way to go here. But I won't really know until I try it. So this will get me up to the next deck. So that's 3 high. You'll be able to get to the second deck, which is this is where I'm thinking I'll have the kitchen up here. And you'll be able to get, like, the nice thing is, look how fast you can get from the water up to that deck. Like, you'll be able to jump up here, just jump up there, you can go to the helm, here you can go to the farms, and here you'll be able to get to the kitchen. Really fast. That's something I do like. But I could make this structure, turn this structure into that structure, so that if you come up this way, then to get up there you go this way, and it would be the same kind of deal, getting you up to the top. And instead, so I need to be thinking out loud here. Sorry, I just was thinking to myself. So instead of having this structure here, I would have more of an open access to, like, the biofuel area, because you would need to have access for other reasons, and then having kind of like how there's 2 ramps over here, have one ramp going up this way and one ramp going up that way. So you'd come up this way, and then you'd have to take a right or a left to go up. Now, the problem I have with that is I haven't quite visualized how this next deck is going to look yet. I would like it to overhang this one and spread out even further, but it doesn't have to. It could actually be smaller. I do know I could put some storage in here, which you definitely want when you're dealing with honey, and so you need glass jars and stuff like that. I could even put walls here, have a couple of chests on this wall here. I think this space is too small for one of those big storage chests. So I mean, this isn't terrible, because you have access to get to all your honey, your hives here, especially if I enclose this space, which is what I was thinking about doing. And then I could let's see this. So I was thinking I could do this. I could put a chest there, and I could put another one on top of here, I think. Well, I could put one there. It would definitely stick through the floor, but I might even be able to put another one on top of that. Yeah. So you could do stuff like that. And then maybe even have some more over here, and then that would actually be pretty convenient for using this machine and taking the honey and putting it in there. I just don't know if it's enough storage, but there's definitely a lot of ways you can work in more storage in a space like this, so that's not a big problem. But yeah, I would have this door come out this way, make this into somewhat of a honey hut. I don't want to do that just yet, because I don't know quite yet what I want to do with this space. Probably farms. I'm thinking maybe have some, like, food preparation stations. Like, let's take a look at what we have here. So yeah, I would need to have, like, potatoes and don't see the other. I don't see the watermelon seeds. Oh yeah, there they are, watermelon seeds. So yeah, I would want to grow all of these different, use all these seeds, because you're going to use those for your kitchen. And it's good to have that stuff near the kitchen, and I know the kitchen's going to go right above this. So this might be a good idea to build a bunch of stuff right here, and definitely have the thing over top of it, which will hopefully keep out the birds. But I don't know exactly how they're going to work yet. I really need to play. I know they did an update fixing the birds, and I need to play the real game to see how the birds work now with the new rules in place. So I would like it to be open air, but it might have to be walled off because of an effort to protect all the seeds and the plants from the birds. But that could mean having a scarecrow around here too. So, let's see. I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna probably call this soon. Yeah. So this, I'm gonna put up walls around this, and hopefully make a space where I could put those planters for the seeds. One thing is I would like to have the food, since you do harvest it regularly, I would like to have it exposed to the sky so it can get watered by rain on its own. Like that's one thing I'd like to have about at least this outer edge, so these couple spots would be watered. But again, I might make this. I'm probably going to extend this out. Let's try it on one side, because I keep talking about it, so I'm probably going to do it. Let's see what it's going to look like. So those two spots are good. I could. Alright, so it does water the space that it's on, I believe. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. I'm pretty sure that they water themselves. Yeah. So it does water the space that it's sitting on, and that probably means it can be eaten by animals. So I could just make this 6 out from here, so that this space would get watered by a sprinkler. And then I would just have to run the pipe, 3 pipes along to there. Or I could put a sprinkler right here and have it going this way. And then I'd only need 1 pipe right there. Or I could put 1 sprinkler right here. If I put 1 sprinkler right here, well, I'm going to use all that space. I just don't know where I want to have the door go. I was thinking if I had this like a bigger farming space, I could have more a better door. So I could put a sprinkler here. I could put the door here. And that sprinkler would get these 5, 6 spaces. This space would be doubly watered. I could fill this with grass too, which actually might not be a bad idea. Yeah, it would come out this way. So what if I did that? No, I have to have the pipes there though. a sprinkler here and have it come out to here. And then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces over here not getting watered. So I don't know if that's really worth. That's not enough to make this worth it. What if I put a sprinkler here? And it would go to there. I could put a sprinkler here, and then it would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got it 5. The idea of putting a sprinkler right there, but it won't reach to this, unfortunately. Look at that spot. I just think if I put a sprinkler right here, it just wasn't going to be enough to really justify expanding this. This is an awkward number of spaces to have to put some pieces. So I'll put a sprinkler right here facing this way. We would do these 2 rows, then I would need another sprinkler, I guess here, to do this patch. I just want to make this look nice. I mean, I do know if I put a sprinkler right here facing this way, then I gotta have the pipes come out here. That would give me enough space. Now, if I have them here, then that means I've only got 2 spaces to walk between the honey hut, and the farm. Let's just try it and see how it goes. This would be one sprinkler here. I don't like what I have to do with the pipes though. Let's get a little more open space for the animals though. Let's go with the 2 batteries I need. Honestly, this is probably more than enough space, but I really don't like the way this is working with the pipes coming out the back here.
mean, I could just make the water pipe come up here instead. It would give me one more plot of grass. Now I have to have, yeah, I don't like this either. Now I have to have the gate in the corner. Oh, it's only one space. That's actually kind of rough. So I'll only get one space between that and where the honey hut's going to be to get back into this space. I just realized I didn't have a lamp on. You guys can't see anything. Okay, I already know I don't like this. It's not what I wanted to make. I thought I was making these. So I can't put the sprinkler there and there. I can put a here, and there. There would be two pieces. Here would be one, two. Let's just put it this way. I need to take the beehives out. They're so noisy. And they're killing my frame rate. And that's not quite the elegance I was looking for, but I mean, this does give me a lot more space now for the animals. So it can be expanded, but I do not like how much room this thing is taking up. I just felt like if I only went to here, really, it wasn't efficient and it wasn't really worth what I was gaining. But this is a little better, and I could even move this hole right here. There is space for me to do that, although it means I got to move the fire pit I have down below. Show you what I mean. Because I want to move it. Oh wait, you know what? I think. Okay, so it's going to be to the left of that entrance spot. So I think that means it's got to go right here, which will take out that. And so I can't move this. This has to stay where it's at, that hole in the bottom. But I could put this water pipe going here and up, and that would actually help above. It only, I really like the clean solution I have here for that. And by doing that, it means I gotta knock this out. So, but anyway, I don't even really like it. It might make more sense to expand this way. this row here. So it would come out to the back of this. Because this is just getting to be really cramped over here. It would be so much better to have, if the pipe was coming up right here, it would actually be a lot better, because then I'd get one more spot right here to grow grass. It would open up this corner. And I could get rid of all of that around there. But we'll leave this for now. That's the kind of thing you can, like, when you build it in the real, you're playing the real game, and you realize a problem like that, you just kind of live with it for a little while and go do something else, and then when it's time you feel like building again, then you come back and tackle this problem to fix this up. The reason I don't want to fix it is because I really like the way that I designed everything underneath. It's just that what's underneath isn't really working for what's on top. But sometimes maybe I just have to pick one or the other. I mean, this really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, it's a lot of work to get one more space of grass for something that would be a little bit more pleasant place to stick the animals. Especially when there's going to be walls here. And that's going to make this a really tight space to walk through. Not that you couldn't do it. I mean, like this is just what you got to imagine. And also on one of these two sides, I've got to build the big water reservoir. So I can't even put that there. So I've got to find a place to put that. So it's yeah, this isn't a good this really is not a good situation to be in. But there's still options. I can I think this is not going to work out. I'm probably going to want to have the water coming up in the middle here. So I probably need some more water pipes for this. This will work better on this side. If I recreate this design over here, this water thing will work better on this side because of where the end pipe is located. I do like where this door is now, though. It's, even though it's in the corner, it is better. I just really hate how tight this is for this honey hut. Now this is an interesting question. Which ones are better for the outside wall? Like these flat leaves like that? Or having the little bars there and then having the flat leaves being on the inside? I always feel like this looks like more like an inside thing. But I guess it just is kind of personal preference of what you want the aesthetic to be. I have completely built something one way before and then reversed the entire thing just because I wanted the sticks to be on one side or the other. I do think I want a door here, so you can get through there. Now those hives, I would definitely do a little bit better job of trying to make sure that they're all evenly spaced. No, it would suck though every time in real life if you wanted to get to this biofuel thing, you had to deal with bees. Because I'm not going to put a wall on the inside here. But you don't have to really worry about the bee stinging in this game. Gates up here, so you can open them like windows. Close them off if you want to. I do feel like it would be better if they opened to the out. Well, no, you know what? It makes more sense to have them open to the inside. Problem is I can't. Can I not build on top of those? Oh, I can. I don't think I can build. I don't think I can build these on top. Oh, no, I can't. This is how this is going to work. Are you kidding? I can't. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's not going to let me build. I know why. So, I know why it's not letting me build there, but I can build there. So when you build these sticks, with these beams, one end connects to a point, so that's where it's coming from, and then you can rotate from there. You cannot build off of this end. You can only build off the end of where it's going to. So if I build here, I can't, with regards to this one beam, I can't build stuff off of there. But I can build in all four corners around this point here. So the reason I can build those there is not because of this beam, it's because of this beam. So I can build 1, 2, 3, 4. So to build on this spot, I can't, these roof pieces don't provide support to build. So what I'll do is this. So now I can build on those 4 spots, and then that, and now that beam coming to this point here will allow me to build around that point. See, and for some reason, you can build this way, but you can't build this way off of one of these slants. And that goes for any type, not just these green ones. But if you build something on, if I find a way to build something on top of this, and then I take away the thing that allowed me to build there, this slanted roof piece will actually support it. It just won't allow you to build there in the first place. So it's kind of annoying. I gotta do something to be able to allow me to build here, across the top here. And there are ways. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. You have to figure it out. Okay, how do I want to cap this? Do you want to just go like this? Do I want to go with one of those? Do I want to enclose it? Let's go with one of these. I like that. I could leave those open. I'm going to do that, just to break it up a little bit. Instead of the green ones. Now, I thought about putting windows here, but I didn't because it's only too wide, and I like having the solid corners. So we're just going to finish it off like that. The inside, I guess I'll do that. I don't know how I want to do that last piece. Let's see what it looks like. So this is what we're looking like from the inside here of a honey hut. We're going to have the biofuel right in here. We're going to have a little bit of storage space. Not a lot, but just enough to get by. The sad part is all this might come down. Okay, instead, now, I could build, got some options. I could build this piece here, which makes sense, right? But instead, I'm going to do this. You know what? I am going to go with that piece. I'm going to do this. I just wanted to know what it was going to look like on the inside. I actually kind of like that. Oh, somewhere I picked up honey. Oh, I accidentally picked up honey. Walls, regular walls. Put regular wall here. Regular wall there. Put a wall here. Build another chest. It's not a chest. That's a chest. Just there. And you could definitely squeeze some more chests in here. It might not be a pretty solution, but you can do a lot. Might not be able to put one there now because of this one here. No, there is space there. I saw it flash green. Stupid pipes, but yeah, there's definitely stuff you can do. I could definitely shove one in right there if I wanted to. The only reason I can't do two here is because I think it's because of that pipe. Maybe I can get this down lower. No, I have to clear that pipe. Yeah, because you can get two on that wall. Like I could shove one there. which would be awkward. But I mean, there's a lot that can be done here. I'll put it there just for now. That would probably be enough storage for this area. Especially since you don't need the extra fuel canisters to go in here. I still don't like this space though. So that's how the honey hut would look. I like the outside of it, but I don't like how cramped this is. And then I know this space here is going to feel a little cramped because I'm going to have the plants around here. I don't want this area to be covered. Maybe this part could be, because all of this grass could get watered, but I don't really want it from here over. I probably don't want it to be covered. This outside edge is going to be open because I want those to be able to be watered from natural stuff. Well, I almost feel like I should bring this all the way out to here, cap it off. But boy, that would be really tight. And then it really... Yeah, it wouldn't work though. So one of the other things I want to do is probably build a staircase going down and a staircase going up. So 1, 2, 3. So this is where the roof is going to be. Let's do this. That'll be a cleaner solution. So I can't build in this space. Everything's going to be built on the outside edge here. Again, I don't think I can. Well, I can. Oh, I can build on both of these sides because they're two wedge pieces. I think I can build on these too. Maybe. No, I thought maybe those triangle pieces would let me build on them, but they're not. So this is back half of this. So what I like about this is the speed it will allow you to get up to the top. That is fantastic. What I don't like about this is how cramped it's going to feel, like right in this space right here. Although at least one side is open. also, I'm going to need, if this is going to be a kitchen, which I'm very much feeling is going to be the case, I'm going to need like steps coming down to here to get to this. I think I'm going to have, I think I'm going to have more crops here. And that's cool and all. But I'm also going to need to have more pipes going up even higher. And so far, I haven't really made any plans for how I'm going to get the pipes to go up even higher. Because I'm going to need water going up, which is fine. It can just go up in the space right here. I definitely need one of those big water reservoirs on this deck somewhere. And this ramp here just kind of really is sitting right in the spot where I need to use. I need to use a space for like the water thing, and it'd be nicer to have easier access to this. But this does work. So I have the honey and the fuel source in the same space, and then I'll have a bunch of crops going out here. I can just pick up stuff and throw them into here. So that actually is not a bad system. I just don't like how the space is flowing right now. Okay, now one thing I do know, I would like to have a way to get down here. This might work out pretty well. Look at that. If I'm okay with hitting your head a little bit on that little spot there. So I could have a ramp coming down here to get access, and then I could have a bunch of storage down here. I might only want to have one ramp instead of doing it on both sides, though. That pretty much works. You hit your head a little bit coming down. Yeah, I feel it. Oh, it's this plank right here. That's why I'm hitting it. But it definitely works. So I could find a good spot to put this ramp. I don't know if I want it right here in the middle where I put it. But somewhere along here, maybe on the edge, I need to put this ramp. I don't want it right in the middle because I don't want to have to jump over it when I'm collecting stuff. But you can definitely have a whole bunch of things that you're collecting. And, you know, maybe you keep one of these small and one of them big. So maybe I would want the big one on this side, just because of how the placement for the big water thing would work. Somewhere I'm going to need to have that staircase. And I don't like it right there in the middle. Just for the sake of for aesthetics at the moment, I'm going to put a post here. Just because it's kind of bothering me. it's bothering me that this is it's really bugging me that this doesn't look like it's just free flow. So at least now it'll look like it's got some support. And I will take that out because it will be supported in other ways. So this is the beginning of the next deck. Definitely going to have some cooking up here. We're going to have to figure out how to run pipes up here, which is going to include, I believe it's going to include the biofuel pipes. This is purely electrical, and it's not for the kitchen, so that can stay on the main line. Although I have one too many of these. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go slap these down over here somewhere. Just as a reminder, this is probably where the smelter is going to be. And that's probably enough smelting for the whole ship. 6 of them. They're faster. So, yeah. Okay. Smelters. Okay, let's go look at the cooking stuff. This is an electric grill. Okay, that's kind of dangerous. I don't think I want that like that. Okay, anyway, alright, we have an electric grill, which is going to require a battery. We have an advanced grill, which does not require a battery, but will require a wall for all the recipes. We have the cooking pot. Now this thing, I believe the cooking pot has a wall. Yeah, this has a wall where you can put the recipes on it. Okay, but that just takes regular fuel, so you need a lot of wood for these. Okay, now the juicer. This is new to me. I haven't used one of these before. Oh, that's big. That also takes a battery. So we're going to need, definitely going to need more battery charging stations. That is not, that one wind-powered one is not going to be enough. Probably have a fireplace in the kitchen, just might make sense to look at it. Okay, so we're not going to look at the tiny little grill. So we got the juicer, and it's also got room for recipes. Alright, what else do we got? So I might want to build an arboretum. I might want to use these big, I might want to up here in the front, instead of those electric smelters, fill it up with like some tree plots. Or I might put some trees in the middle, and then you'll be able to walk around them from the outside, and you can chop them from the second story. Is that all for the, I don't know. Oh, you use the drinking glasses for juice. Okay. The clay bowls for that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that looks like it's it. That's it for the kitchen. Just those 4 items. Actually, only 3 really. Because once you go electric grill, you don't need the wood grill. So the only other thing you need up this way is battery charging stations. those are going to require more biofuel. So I kind of like the idea. I wish I put this on the other side, but I like the idea of only putting this extension on one side instead of both sides. Everything doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. So I'm going to move this stuff. I probably won't do it on stream, but I will move this stuff over to the other side for next time, and then I will plop this thing down in a space, filling in a space that works with the way the pipes are. Because unfortunately, the place I want to put this right here, it won't let me place it because of the orientation of the. I can't flip. If I could mirror image the way this is facing, I could do it. But yeah, the way the pipes need to work on this, it's just not being very cooperative. So that is going to move. And boy, is it going to be fun having a kitchen right over the hive. So you're going to hear the buzzes being the entire time you're cooking. So maybe that's not the best idea in the world. Yeah, that's something I didn't really consider. Maybe the hive should be on this outer edge. This whole section might get redesigned. It will work. It is functional, but maybe the better idea would be to move these flowers to this outer edge here, and then just put the honey on just the outer edge instead of right smack dab in the middle. Because being right there in the middle, that's kind of annoying. It's very annoying. And I didn't consider how noisy it was going to be. Like, if I could turn the bee noise off, I wouldn't mind it so much. But that's, I'll tell you what, that is plenty of hives for a raft. You don't really need any much more than that unless you just want to have them because it's fun. So those are going to be very annoying just because they're loud. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. This isn't a bad session. I got a lot figured out with the sprinkler system, and as you can see, it totally works. The honey hive is actually functional, but it's not really in a very good place. And the way I have to have this ramp going up to the next level, everything feels a lot more cramped than I would like it to be. And I haven't really planned out a good idea of how I'm going to get the pipes, the rest of the pipes up to the top. And I don't know how I'm going to put in the smelting section over here. So I've got to make plans for batteries, and I've got to make plans for the rest of the sections that are going to go up here. But I think, well, you can see the shark straight down there. This might be all I need. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. YouTube's giving me an error. So that's fine. It's at the end of the stream anyway. Since I've got an error, we'll go ahead and call it. Next time, you might see this on the other side.
But anyway, that's going to be it. So I hope this helps you maybe come up with some ideas for your own raft. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Cheese Slice, and have a good night, or have a good day, whichever it is for you. Bye-bye now.